I don't, guys. I don't condone this sort of action. Okay.
Not
Okay. Chat. I'll do chat links in a minute. Chat. I want to watch this.
Reactors up, bruh.
I was doing an offline react this day. I was reacting to myself. And I came across this video. I want to watch it. Chat. Maybe it's trash though. I don't know. Academic limos.
Workers cut an ordinary sized car in half using cutting wheels. Before cutting begins, the inside of the car is stripped away, along with other components, such as the gas tank and drive shaft. Workers cut away the inner support structure.
It's fake.
And cut across the floor of the car with a reciprocating saw.
No, it's not.
The car is now completely cut in half. Workers wheel the back half of the car away from the front half. They place the back half on the exact spot where the limousine will gradually be assembled.
Well, I thought that they just made
the construction
limos.
Department employees insert steel frame rails into the front half of the car. They insert the rails on both sides of the front half before inserting the rails into the back half of the car.
Some do?
They measure the length of the frame rails to make sure that the frame is square and that the two halves are the correct distance apart to build the limousine. A worker welds the rails to the frames of the front and back halves of the original car. They position the drive shaft tunnel, which houses the steel drive shaft and exhaust pipes, and weld it to the original vehicle tunnel. They position the floor, which is made of galvanized steel, and weld it to the frame rails and tunnel.
This is so scuzzy. I'm watching Pimp My Ride, dude, from fucking
they
2004.
Weld the steel roof rails into place. They connect the new rails to the roof rails in the original vehicle.
Now we're gonna put the gumball dispenser machine up here, and the smoothie machine right here, and the 6 TVs, and 4 at the back.
With
then
the level, he checks that the post of hardened steel is perfectly vertical before welding the base of the post to the floor frame. A roof panel made of galvanized steel is put in place. Workers install the limousine's bar. They've already installed the steel seat frames. Next, they install an outer body panel, complete with hardened.
Guys, why did they do a how it's made video, but then they do like a Minecraft like playthrough, where like they cut the video and it's like, oh yeah. By the way, when you were watching, we just did a little bit of building off stream. We built frame, top, bottom, rail, soldering, seats.
Complete with hardened steel crash bar. They screw the panel into place. The screws will be removed once the panel has bonded solidly to the limousine frame. A worker sprays on 3 coats of paint, then applies 2 coats of protective clear coating. Once the painting process is complete,
what a weird room.
Workers install the laminated safety side glass. Another worker sprays contact cement on the roof of the limousine in preparation for the vinyl top. He stretches the vinyl across the roof and, with his hand, presses the fabric down into the crevices. Then he carefully trims off the excess. He presses a strip of chrome molding into place on top of the vinyl.
Molding.
Workers in the interior department install the back of a leather seat and a leather bench seat.
Are limos overrated, you guys think?
After reupholstering the original rear seat to match, they return it to its original spot in the back of the limousine.
Chat, I like buses better. You know the buses with the cool seats, dude? Right? And they're like kind of like party buses. Kind of like when you go to the airport, right? And you have to go from like one place to another, and they put in that bus, and it's like a complete party bus. Woo! Yeah, dude.
Systems installer.
That's fucking baller, dude.
Systems for the
it's more organic.
Center, located behind the driver's seat. A panel lists relays and fuses. The original center console is then reinstalled.
It's not for
A
disabled,
worker
no.
installs a video monitor in the limousine. Next, he rolls out the floor mats. The acrylic disco bar lighting system is tested.
Video monitor?
In just 21 days, the original car is transformed into a luxurious limousine. With test drives and quality control checks complete, enjoy a ride in the lap of luxury.
21 days? Come on, man. I've ever been in a limo? Only once, and I hated it. I thought it was so like, it's kind of like fat. It's kind of weird to explain. I'm not a big yeah, I know. Maybe it's just me being weird and being like a weird human. I suppose, but
xQc, your energy and craziness is one of a kind. xQcL.
like being in places, or like
Has that Louis
it
Vuitton
it just
shirt
feels
six
fabricated.
months? Happy 19 months, stay dripping B. No cap.
It's like oh, this is made to party and have fun, right? Look, it's luxurious. Have fun, and you have to be happy and feel a party mood. Now!
Thanks for being cool.
It's kind of how I feel with it. So it feels a bit fabricated. That's why I like the buses,
Thank you for the
because they're
juice,
made
xQcL.
to go from one place to another with other people. And like, oh shit, man!
Oh my God, it is
Now it's fun because we made it fun.
Hello, Mr. Cowman, have you played the new Jackbox games
You know,
yet?
we made it fun. It wasn't made to have fun. It just, whatever, man. Oh, I don't agree. I'm gonna go in chat and time question mark it. Man.
Tried to use eye drops. You know it's hard to do without some of it rolling down your cheek. I used to think that was because I missed. But it turns out I'm not actually so bad at this. Well, most of the time anyway.
So bad.
Eye drops run down our faces because
Where's
a
mine?
typical drop is
Chat.
larger than what the human eye can.
Watch this. Show you how it's done. Done.
Physically contain. Some are more than twice what the eye can hold.
Oh my gosh.
That means using a single eye drop is like pouring water into a glass that's already full. Or it's like in those Clear Eyes commercials.
That's an ingredient to moisture.
Provides up to 12 hours of soothing comfort.
It removes redness and has an ingredient to moisturize. Wow.
It's
That's just
incredibly
scary.
wasteful to make oversized drops. They cost a lot of money. The waste from each one is like a tiny snowflake. It's easy to overlook until they've piled up into a billion-dollar snowball. It's wasted medicine, and all of us are paying for it.
Wait, really?
Eye drops. They may all seem alike, but take another look.
The eye drops industry is huge. They're sold by volume, and some can cost hundreds of dollars for a small bottle that only lasts a month. The financial cost is a particular problem for the millions of patients with chronic conditions that require expensive drops
Chat.
every day.
I've said this 10 times, okay? But this is a story that I've said a million times. One day I had a PO box opening where people send stuff, and one of my mods, Zos, sent me eye juice, right? That I would always use, but instead she sent me something called Roto, right? I opened it on stream and I was like, man, you boys, new eye juice. And then holy shit, it started burning my fucking retina, dude. It was like acid. Why?
U.S. drug companies brought
I had to take a break, dude.
$4 billion for dry eyes and glaucoma drops alone.
Eye drops are far too big for our eyes.
That's Dr. Alan Robin, an ophthalmologist and glaucoma expert who teaches at Johns Hopkins Medicine.
It's very wasteful. We see that patients are basically spending twice as much money as they need to on drops.
Everyone's body is different, but experts say almost every eye drop on the market is larger than the eye can hold. So the excess just washes out, and we end up paying for a lot more medication than we can use.
Chat.
Wasted eye
10 minutes, chat. I feel like it's like a small waste. Am I overlooking this? It's like a
drops are
very
part of
small
a much
waste.
bigger problem. Experts estimate that the U.S. healthcare system wastes $765 billion a year. That's about a quarter of our overall spending, and it's actually more than the entire budget of the Department of Defense. ProPublica has been investigating the kind of wasted healthcare spending that exists right in front of our eyes, literally. Cancer drugs are also a big-ticket waste item. They can cost thousands of dollars per infusion, but are frequently wasted just because of the way they're packaged. Most cancer drugs are infused based on body size, so patients need different amounts. But most of them come in single-use vials that can be much too large for an individual patient.
So once the patient gets the needed dose, the rest of the expensive drug in the vial is thrown out.
Drug prices driving patients and their families into bankruptcy.
That on top of patients paying for expensive cancer drugs, to help them, they're also paying for, in some cases, a lot of extra cancer drug that's just going in the trash.
That's Dr. Peter Bach, the director of the Center for Health
Guys,
Policy in Alabama.
guys, I didn't laugh, okay? It's just because I tuned out, and whenever he said it, can't, guys, listen.
At Memorial Sloan
It's not
Kettering
like that.
Cancer Center in New York.
Waste hurts people because it costs money. If you waste half of a vial that costs $5,000, somebody is paying that money, $2,500, back to the drug company.
5K?
And it's the drug company benefits because they count that as revenue or profit.
Take the case of Herceptin, a popular and pricey drug that's mostly used to treat breast cancer. The drug company used to make vials that patients could share, so little of the drug would be wasted. But then it announced in May that the shareable vials would be replaced by single-use vials, and the switch would mean throwing away any medication left over from an infusion and billing the patient for the waste. Genentech, the company that makes Herceptin, told me that they had to make the change for supply chain reasons, to go to a size that's more common worldwide. Every milligram of Herceptin costs about $9, so a cancer patient's monthly infusion can run more than $3,000. One administrator at a California Cancer Treatment Center calculated her average patient would waste 110 milligrams per infusion with the single-use vials.
This is like $900?
Almost $1,000 of wasted spending per infusion. The waste associated with oversized cancer drug vials is substantial. A study led by Dr. Bach in 2016 calculated the waste with the top 20 cancer drugs packaged in single-use vials. It estimated that 10% of the medication gets wasted, costing $1.8 billion in a single year. But here's the thing, this is a waste problem that's fixable. For cancer drugs, manufacturing shareable vials or vials in various sizes are proven ways to reduce waste. For eye drops, why not just make the drops smaller? Dr. Robin knows it can be done because he and a team of experts already did it in a study about 20 years ago. He consulted with global eye care leader Alcon when its researchers developed what they called a microdrop for patients with glaucoma. It was a 16 microliter drop, one that was half to a third of the size of most drops on the market today.
Oh, smart.
Then they studied the performance of the microdrop compared to regular size drops.
There was no significant difference between the smaller and larger eye drops.
Not only were the microdrops just as effective, they also reduced some of the uncomfortable side effects. And all the participants actually preferred the microdrop bottle. But instead of being a breakthrough, the innovation became a case study in how profits can come before patients.
I tried personally to get the microdrop accepted.
Man, this guy's mic is so bad.
They looked at me as though I was a pariah.
Jesus.
The pharmaceutical company would be losing half the money that they could be making.
Officials from Novartis, the drug company that now owns Alcon, declined to discuss their microdrop study. They said eye drops are designed with a margin of safety to help patients, but they wouldn't go into specifics. You'd think the regulators would care about all this wasted medicine, but the FDA regulates the safety and effectiveness of a drug, not its price or the cost related to waste. Patients paying billions of dollars for wasted medicine is just one more reason America has the highest.
Why is he closing his eyes while putting eye drops?